As you can tell, safety is our #1 priority here at the Maf Garage. Any way we can. Welcome to the Maf Garage, guys. It's been a busy day already, and I am tired after last night. Getting the upload up, van doing Overtaking Lane and everything. I look like a mess here. I haven't even bothered doing anything. We've got dirt, all this work I've been doing already today. So let's skip the formalities and I'll show you what I've been doing so far. So I'm being lazy and finishing off the washers just slowly because I'm focusing more upon this and I don't want dust to go across over onto the painted things. So as you saw the other day, we had both struts together, and I've taken the other one that had the wheel hub that was off it over here, and I have pretty much attacked the full thing now. So I started a couple of hours ago, and this one has taken a lot of time because it's hard to get into little areas like this. I might need to get myself an even bigger wheel, so let's see what I do there. Still got Japanese marking, I haven't removed that yet, but everything else around here I've started attacking. The strut top, I've just got to do the base there, the mount onto the chassis. So that's pretty much polished back, ready for prep. Just a couple little spots here and there. So once I get them done, we can get straight to painting. Alternatively, I could use kill rust and just cover it over this. But as you've probably seen from the past few episodes now, that's not really my style. I like my stuff done properly. So here's the next piece done, which is the ball joint mount. We have primed it, painted it, and clear coated it. And I'm going to show you guys the comparison. So we're going to do this one take. And I apologise when I walk outside because it is windy as hell out here. We're starting half a cyclone. So get ready for the wind noise. Trying to block it. I'm trying to block it. Alright. Here is the other ball joint mount on the right side. And here is the left one. That is the effort you have to go through to get it like that. Once again, you can see L and R. Gotta love this car, it's so easy to put together. So, just got to get this one off and then repeat the process on this. And I've got one strut done, one strut still to do, and one wheel hub still to do. So, we're getting close. So as we start off a new day, you can see the clouds starting to build around the area. That means the monsoon, the cyclone season is starting to approach. I'm hoping it does not hit in time. I hope it just holds off a couple more days. But as you can see, the clouds stretch all the way over the horizon. But as the day goes on, this will all dissipate. And this happens day in, day out until the monsoon actually breaks. And then the clouds just stay there and there's no sun. And now as you can see, just a few hours later, not a cloud in the sky. So this will keep going until the monsoon hits. So I've got to get off my ass and get this car done. Alright, now we've finally got this strut done on the top here. There's a couple little bits in the center I just can't get to, even with drum bell and all the other different ones I've tried. So this might be as close as I can get there, just around this section. So if I can remove more of it, I can. Well, it seems like I can right there with just my fingers. So maybe I'll hit it with some other type of brush and possibly get rid of it. But everything else on it, except for the little symbol there, is taken off properly. I've given it a wipe down. Everything else, so I'll just quickly take this little bit off, and then we can prime, paint, and clear coat this strut, and clear coat that wheel hub. Come on, get back on focus. Clear coat that wheel hub, and then that one is last. And then, as you can see, all this stuff is pretty much gone now. I've got it all over here. Still haven't bolted together the chassis mounts with the sway bars, but all these pieces are just being put together underneath the table. So I'll get this out of the way, that out of the way, but at the moment I've made some pretty good progress considering, what was it? Last time I let the episode go was, what, 12 days to go. We're now down to 6 days now. So it's, no, 5 days. It's the 19th now. So 5 days until cyclone season properly starts, and I've just got to get that done. So I'm in pretty good shape. The only other problem is just bolting together, and I don't know what it is, but for the life of me, I cannot find the other two of these bolts which hold the strut tower in. Now, if I can find it, happy days. But this is the bane of my existence right now. But all these other ones, which are caliper bolts for the old Skyline GDST calipers. But yeah, those two strut bolts right there, I can't find the other two, and I know I've got them somewhere here in the garage, but yeah, it might end up being a case of going and buying 4 replacement bolts, just of that size, with the associated washers, and bolt them up into the strut instead, so I can make sure they're up and going. But we'll see how we go over these next couple of days, because I've still got to do a bit of cleanup around here, and hopefully they turn up. And since I'm talking about new stuff being done, I might as well show you guys the camper here for the old man. As you can see, it's pretty much all done. We've got a pair of new King's awnings on here that roll straight out. It's like, phoom, out that way, phoom, out that way. And this is a big muddaludder. You know, it's good. Oh, I'd say 8 feet easy. So you've got that, and then along the top here, and I'm going to stand on top of this. Hopefully I won't fall off. And he's also painted the top here. You see all the railings done in this nice black. And he followed a very similar path to what I did. Used the black etch primer, and then used a... Was it satin black you used, old man? Huh? Was it satin black or gloss black you used on this?
Just the etch primer black.
Oh, it's just the etch. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. It's just the etch on here. I thought it was actually...
There's clear coat.
Yeah, so etch with clear coat on it. I thought he did a middle coat on it, but yeah, this is just etch primer with clear coat on it, ladies and gents. You see along here, the self-tapping screws, nice and bronze, and this goes along with the rest of the theme here. So as I go around, and you'll see here, we've got the bronze along here. So it gives it some definition. I'm just going to open this door just so I can get back a bit further. But you can see that a bit more. And my lovely wifey walks past. But yeah, there's been a lot of activity on both sides of the garage here. So I've been doing the cleanup and final bits of that. The old man's been finishing off his camper, which has been his project for the past 2 years, almost 3 years now. We built this from scratch. So I'll give you guys a backstory on this another time. But it feels so good to have this project almost completed and mounted. So all we've got to do now is fit it out and we should be good to go with this thing. So while this is all going on, we've got the prep for my wife's birthday tomorrow, and we wind down towards Christmas and cyclone season starting. Tonight I'm on Overtaking Lane for week 5 of my trivia challenges. I don't know what's going on, guys. I feel so privileged and lucky that I'm still surviving after 5 weeks. But come on, I'm not that smart in cars. You guys should be able to beat me one of these weeks. You can't let me get this Lambo that easy. So I'll see you guys on there, and the next part of this video will probably be the next day, and you'll see the result and me going, yeah, I got beaten, or, you know, I'm up to week 6 next week. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, you know what we're up to, and there's not much more I can do at this point in time with all this prep for my wife's birthday and everything else. So we've got that going on. We've got my dad heading off out of town on Saturday, and he's going to be gone for a few weeks. So Van, this whole garage is mine, which means I get to work overtime, which means this stuff will get done even quicker because I've got more time to play with, rather than having to come in and out and sort of both of us work around each other. It means that one of us has exclusive time. So it's really good when either I'm out doing stuff or when he's out doing stuff. It means the other person has free and unhindered time to themselves to be able to work on whatever project they have. So the fact that I've got this for the next few days, it makes it all the more beneficial to get all these parts onto Crustida and get it into the Maf Garage, because I'm going to have one less person to assist me in moving the car in, because I'll be honest, the car's not going to be moving under its own power to get in here, but we will make sure it does get in here.
That's okay, but you got my muscles.
Yeah, we've got your muscles, but we'll be using a bit more than just human power from this. So we'll see how we go here. Okay, so I will catch you guys in the next scene. That, like I said, that'll probably be tomorrow. So we'll go from there. Okay, so that's the end of my little clip here. So I've started attacking this wheel hub now, and I'm doing it while it's still attached to the strut, so it can still spin around quite freely, and that way I can get the outsides easier. Then I'll pop the dust cap off, wheel bearing off, and then do the strut itself. So yeah, just a little bit of work, not much. as you guys can see just from there. Let's try and get this focus. So much of that taken off. So we'll keep going, get the rest of that off, get it nice and shiny. And as you saw from the couple of puffs there, get the rest of that descaled. That just looks horrid. But yeah, that whole front face is pretty much done now. So let's get the rest of this done. As you can see there, just started taking away all that scaling. I'll try and move this around a bit of light so you can see it better. But you can see fully rusted, in the process of being derusted, and then back to polished. So we'll keep doing this and I'll get that done and then do the rust proofing and all that. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. We're finally seeing sections of metal here. So yeah, it's getting there. So as you can see here, I've got this pretty much done. I've just got to pop it off and then I've got to do the face on that side and finish that off properly. If I tilt it, you can see it's done pretty well, but it's not completely done. Hang on, I'll just turn it around and then put it back there. But you can see, most of it's gone, but it's not perfect yet. But wanted to show you was the difference of how much rust gets taken off as I'm going through this. So you can see along here, that's how it starts. And then as I go along, the rust starts coming off, and then we get to the paint, and then we get to the actual metal. And it continues all the way up the strut. So show you here, and you can see just on this side, covered in crust and rust, then down to the paint, then down to the metal once again. And this one's got the Japanese writing just like the other one, so hopefully it just says L&R as well or something else. But I'll take the rest of this crust off and get this prepped, and now it's time to take these Japanese letters off. Might even just be 47, I'll be honest. Hang on, I don't want to turn the phone and screw that up. So I'll turn that. It does look like 47. And that would make that very similar. So maybe that's it. Okay, so one of the most important days of the build is coming up, and that is an engineer is actually coming to look at Crustida for the first time. And quite honestly, I'm crapping myself. So I don't know what's needed. On my side, I've got the engineering papers from 2006 and showing that the car is pretty much the same apart from these upgrades that I'm doing right now. On the flip side, I don't know exactly what rules have been changed for 2019, and so that's why he's turning up to help me out on those rules. For me personally, I feel like the 2 holes that I've got in the engine bay where I've got to I feel like I've got to reinforce them because I think engineering's changed for that, so I've got to fit some drain pipe type thing. I don't know. He'll work it out. He'll tell me what I need. That's all I know. But on the flip side, I can show him what I've already done here and show him the progress that's been made and where it's come from and what it's come to. So it's a little bit of give and take, and one of the big things on my side is he's turned around and said to me, I don't really give a crap about the body. I can't believe that he's like, yep, the patina doesn't matter to me. So that's one worry off my list. So when he arrives, I'll find out what I need to do and we'll continue from there. And I'll start bolting up this front end and we'll go into the next stage and start ordering these parts for the motor. I do have to say, it does look a little impressive having all this front end laid out on a table like this. So we've got the lower control arms, ball joint mount, brake rotor, caliper, brake lines, sway bar bushings, sway bar link, brand new sway bar, and chassis mounts. That's an entire front end for a Crustida, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy right now. I am so happy. Now I've sent the message over to Street Machine, to the boys over there on Twitter. So if you haven't already looked at it, Scotty and Telf, you might want to go on there and have a look. But if you haven't already, I might as well show you guys right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my Crustida has been certified. Okay, so after the engineer left, I continued on with the rest of the strut here. And you can see I'm pretty much all done there. Just got a little section there. And then this top bit here, just to remove. So that's pretty much all prepped there. Just a little bit there too. Just I'll be able to get that once I get this wheel hub off. So that'll make it a lot easier. But both of them are pretty much ready for paint, prep and all that. So we're certified. And I cannot believe it. I've got the engineer here just to check the car out. I didn't expect him to to put a plate on the car and leave and say, yep, she's fully done. Wow. Wow. So I'm one step closer to being on the road with Crustida. And the other good thing is he's given me carte blanche over everything on the car. So this is ECU, turbos, split pulse manifold, injectors. I name it, I can do it. As long as I'm not swapping any other big BS, you know, I'm not changing blocks or anything, he's not worried. Brilliant. So I've already been certified for a 1J in New South Wales, and now I've been certified for a 1J in Queensland, which then means I have got planning to do. Now, as you can see here, I hurt my wrist. Holding the hammer drill for so long, guys, like doing all this descaling it has really taken it out on my wrist. Some of these days I've been doing 5, 6, 7 hours straight, just taking layers off, from crust to rust to paint to metal. And it's not just one part. I mean, you guys have seen all the different parts I've done along the way where I've had to do it to every single part. I've probably put in 100, 150 hours at least just in descaling and de-rusting the car to make it acceptable for myself on the front end, to make sure that it wasn't going to be a death trap when I drove it at RockyNats. So to put this level of work into the car, yeah, I'm proud of the work that I'm doing in the car, but for someone else to come, and especially an engineer, to come around and just go, yep, that is exactly what I want, and I'll certify you because you are not cutting any corners, and I don't have to worry about you like I have to worry about 90% of other people. And you already have the information from New South Wales, which gave you extra brownie points in his eyes. So I'm absolutely amazed, but I'm grateful and thankful to the engineer. So yeah, that brings me one step closer to being on the road. And now I'm going to keep my eye focused on what happens down in the Carnage workshop to make sure that Trovo is actually certified on their end. So, Scotty, it's all on you and Kian now. So, I've done the hard work. 6 months straight by myself, got this car certified. And I've still got 6 months to go until I face you here at RockyNats. So here is the first strut primed and ready to be painted. Now the problem with this one was because of some of the nooks and crannies here, and also underneath and around the corners, it was a little bit hard to get to it. So I've used this rust reforming one. You can see here, a flat black. And it's very similar to the etch primer with the satin black that I put on. Because as you can see here, that's just flat black there. Then when I show you the chassis mount, this is etch primer with satin black over the top. Very, very similar. Oh, my worst fears are being realised right now. Major storm. Yeesh. I'm just hoping this isn't the monsoon breaking now. Oh God, I had one strut left to paint. That was it. I just thought celebrate Christmas with the family. I knew I was playing with time. God damn it. Oh man. Let's see what happens. This is the Maf Garage, guys. Peace.